Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you until midnight. Let's just have some fun. Let's order a couple of large pizzas, light one up, and we'll watch Cabin Boy. It'll be a hoot. US 97.
I'm sailing away.
Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. Coming up, Billy Squire, Soundgarden, AC/DC. New helmet laws in Nigeria are forcing like these Nigerians that ride, the motorcycle taxi drivers. Well, they're requiring them to wear helmets, but nobody can afford helmets over there. And maybe there's no any manufacturers. You think with all the money that they're scamming us off the internet and off of emails that they'd be able to afford some helmets. But they're putting on dried fruit shells, paint pots, and pieces of rubber tires tied to their heads so that they won't have to wear helmets.
There are 3.
Springfield's Classic Rock, Jerry Lentz with you until midnight. Have you seen the new superhero that's fighting crime along side by side with Spider-Man? Yes, it's Obama. Obama fighting crime with Spider-Man. I was thinking of a cool superhero would be Spoon Man on US 97. Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. Coming up, Steve Earle, Rolling Stones, AC/DC, Run Like Hell. Jerry Lentz with you. When you run like hell, someone's coming at you with a chainsaw. This is amazing. A Pennsylvania man faces 75 years in prison now because he's been convicted of tearing open a neighbor's door with a chainsaw because I guess the guy parked in his parking spot or something. Now, that you have to be angry to use a chainsaw. But I was online. There's a really great thing you should search for. It's this guy's made a chainsaw bayonet, and I believe it's like an AK-47, and on the end of it, it's a chainsaw. So, he shoots you, and then he can saw you up. Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Hope you got a snake kid got bit by a copperhead. Look at it. Get the snake kid out. Look, no, just suck it out. Suck it out. Look where I've been bit. Been bit right here. On US 97.
Just like the
Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you until midnight. Lick it up. Lick it up. Mom, can I lick the bowl? No, just flush it for crying out loud. Hey, I told you I got some porn stories coming up. One of the most exciting things I've ever done in like one of my resumes was I worked on Girls Gone Wild. So yeah, Joe Francis, that guy you see all the time, was my boss for an extended period of time. I worked on the first show I worked on was called Banned from Television, which was something he did. And then we also did the prison tapes, if you remember that. And then like for the first 5 or 6 of the Girls Gone Wild. So, there were like some of these infomercials. You'd actually see me in the infomercials. All my friends would call me up and say, dude, I see you. And no, I wasn't popping my top or anything. But check this out. This is the anniversary of the very first X-rated film shown anywhere. It opened in London, and it was a French film, and it came out in 1951. Weird? So it was a lot of hair in that one, right? There was.
men and women fight different.
Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. Coming up, the Rolling Stones, Eric Clapton, AC/DC, a whole lot more. Greg Allman got broke into. Yeah, someone he was like, I don't know, where was he? Was he out wandering around? I have no idea. You don't want to break into Greg Allman's house. Someone stole his silver dollar coin collection. They took a bunch of knives, unreleased concert recordings. There's probably going to be a sex tape or two. I have no idea. That guy's dangerous. I know he's like 61, right? Time was flying by, but the guy is dangerous. You do not want to be messy. If you're going to break into anybody's house, don't break into Greg Allman's. He's probably got one of those AK-47s with a chainsaw bayonet on it. Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz until midnight. Yeah, I can't wait until this song is the theme song to a Viagra commercial. You wonder if can you still get it up? Coming up, ZZ Top, Cheap Trick, Pink Floyd, The Stones, and a whole lot more. Right now, Dan Yankee's coming of age on US 97.
This is United States calling. Are we reaching?
Operator, yes. These are prepaid minutes. I'm using a prepaid phone, so hopefully they'll. Did she just hang up on me? Did she hang up on me? You know what? I tell her I want my kidney. The kidney I donated her, I want it back. Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. Sometimes love is just so hard. Sometimes you just have to give up. Sometimes you have to surrender on US 97. Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. Something about you. I don't know. Maybe we just don't love each other anymore. Let's just face the facts. We're not meant to be together forever. Coming up, Van Halen, Bad Company, Guns N' Roses. And, Jerry Lentz here again until midnight. I'm like the Delilah of classic rock, here to help you through music, right? Check this out. A guy in Long Island surgeon, embroiled in a divorce that's been going on for 4 years, wants his estranged wife to return the kidney he donated her. How awesome would that be if he gets that back? What would you do with it? I'd put it in like a tank, like a fish tank, and I'd put it up, I'd put it right there so everyone could see it when they come in. Like, will you bring the woman home? You bring the new date in? Yeah, look at this. This is my ex-wife. ex-wife's kidney floating there with all the fish. You know, I tell you, it's a crazy thing because in my numerous divorces, we just fought over furniture, fought over the CDs. It's like, no, that's, you fight over this and this, and this. I want this, and I bought this is my, and then like 4 years later when you're alone in your apartment, barely making, you're eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, you go to the CD rack and you go, Wham UK, how did I get this? Inya, whose CDs are these?
I got home early.
Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz with you coming up. Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Joe Walsh. Check this out. A man annoyed by a noisy car alarm. I can't stand these car alarms sometimes. They just go off and nobody ever comes to check on them, right? Anyway, this alarm was going off. Guy went crazy. Fired at least 3 bullets into a Toyota Camry, silencing the alarm, but yet bringing out the police, who hauled him away in handcuffs. David Wright, 48, was arrested and booked on investigation of reckless discharge of a firearm and felony vandalism. And check this out. The car alarm was a David Lee Roth car alarm. You going to play it for us? All right.
All I've got, I had to steal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would fire off some, okay. I would definitely fire off some bullets as well. Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz hanging out with a friend last night. I was complaining about how cold it was in the weather because I'm old. That's all I talk about is the weather. And he says, I like it when it's cold because the ladies become peanut smugglers. And I never heard that term before. Here's Glenn Fry. Smugglers Blues on US 97. Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz hanging out with a bunch of friends last night thinking about what are we going to do? Times are tough. Need to make some extra cash. Pulled out a piece of paper, made a list. Well, can't grow the weed. Can't do the meth lab. I'm too old to be a male prostitute. What's left? I have no marketable skills. I know, babysitting. But it's a dangerous world for babysitters. Check this out. A 4-year-old child in Jackson, Ohio, angry at his 18-year-old babysitter. So what does the 4-year-old do? Gets a 20-gauge shotgun out of a bedroom cupboard and shoots the babysitter. So remember, guns don't kill babysitters. 4-year-olds kill babysitters. Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. A man has filed a lawsuit accusing his ex-wife and former father-in-law of hiding a video camera inside a doll in order to spy on him to see if he was cheating. I wonder if it was a blow-up doll. This is US 97. Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. A 6-year-old boy missed the school bus. What is he, in kindergarten? So he stole the family car and drove like 10 miles to school before losing control and crashing. He said he didn't want to be late because if he ain't first, he's last. This is Green Day on US 97. Now, the Connecticut Department of Development Services has placed an employee on administrative leave after finding prescription pills were put in a cake, or was it pancakes? It might have been pancakes that they served in a home for elderly people. And I know, when my dad was in the home, they would put Viagra in a lot of stuff just so that he wouldn't roll out of bed. Springfield's Classic Rock, US 97. Jerry Lentz with you coming up. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, The Who, Rush. What's it going to take for us to get this in our town? In Maine, a small town, planning officials have approved a proposal for, get this, a topless coffee shop in their town. A topless coffee shop. You got to watch it when you ask for cream in your coffee there. Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz with you. A woman charged with trying to poison her husband with Visine. Yes, that's right, Visine. 40-year-old Tanya Peterson of Fair Grove accused of trying to poison her husband with Visine. Yeah, definitely got the red out on him, right? Yeah, I mean, that's like dangerous stuff. Remember the guy that opened up the nightstand, was trying to put eye drops in his eyes in the middle of the night, and it turned out to be super glue? Man, that guy's lucky to be alive. Here's Pearl Jam on US 97. Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz almost out of here. Coming up, Georgia Satellite's Foreigner Golden Earring. Got an email from Bobby talking about last week. I had mentioned a fishing story and he missed it, so I was going to repeat this again. So I don't know if actually even got into the story as much as I thought I was going to, but fishing and drinking, just maybe they shouldn't go along so heavily. A guy in a German lake near the Polish border, not only did the fish get off the hook, but this fish, smart fish, lured this 46-year-old fisherman to his death. Now, what happened? Evidently, the fish pulled the fishing rod out of the guy's hand. So the guy gets up, takes all his clothes off, dives off the boat, goes after the fish. Actually, no, I guess he wasn't going after the fish at all, right? He was going after the fishing pole. He wanted, that was his prize fishing pole. So he swims out to it, completely nude, grabs the fishing pole, and then I guess the fish, still on the line, wraps itself around the guy. And the guy's bound by his own, fishing line, and he drowns. Is that amazing? Is that an amazing story? Springfield's Classic Rock US 97. Jerry Lentz heading out. I saw the signpost up ahead and it said time to get off, and I'm taking advantage of it. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for all the emails, all the calls. Adding me to your Facebook accounts and your MySpace pages is very, very sweet and very cool of you to do that. You guys have a great night. Adios. This is US 97.